same question. What was your first college action?
Yeah, it was super awesome. I'm super blessed to be able to play in a game, especially against a good opponent like Utah State. But it just felt good to play after going so long. Obviously, a unique circumstance. It's been a couple of years, but it felt good just to get out there. And obviously, there's a lot to improve on. But super cool being in the Coliseum, wearing the Cardinal and gold, and just getting after a little bit.
What is the process been like for you after all that time away from the game, just kind of getting back up to speed so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Wiley and the strength staff, like right when I got back, they had such a good plan already kind of in place. And so I just got here when I was ready, and they were super respectful about it, super awesome, super patient with me. And I got back. They had a really good plan for me, and I just got after it, and it was a pretty smooth transition. Yeah.
Did you have a target weight that they wanted you to hit or anything like that?
Not right away. I think it's kind of just gone back and forth. We're still kind of figuring it out. So.
What's your day-to-day like during your mission?
It's very different day-to-day. I was in Norway, so it's in Europe, Northern Europe, Scandinavia, and we did a lot of different things, lots of different community service things. I actually coached an American football team out there as a part of like an outreach thing. Taught English to people. We actually taught Norwegian to people as well, and then we just helped out different people in our church, in our faith.
What was coaching football like? Were you like the head coach?
So I was just kind of like an assistant they actually have pretty good teams out there, but I just kind of helped them with plays, helped them maybe run some routes, some blocking, just basic stuff that I could. But they have some solid teams and solid organizations. And it's actually growing a lot over there, so it's really cool to see.
So you were still able to keep connected?
Yeah, a little bit I was, yeah. And it was super cool and unique experience.
How often do you talk to Coach Riley and the staff while you're on your mission?
I talk to them usually like once a week. Yeah, once. We have one day where we just kind of talk to them, and it was good. We just set it up, planned it, and so it was super easy.
You ever ask Lincoln for any plays to put in while you were coaching?
I never asked for like certain plays to be installed, but I definitely, Coach Hansen sent me a few things to kind of look over, and I was able to do that a little bit, so it was nice.
What were some of the hardest parts of coming back and acclimating and stuff after being away for so long?
I think it honestly wasn't too bad for me. I was really ready. I'd taken a good amount of time off, and obviously I had an injury as well my senior year of high school, but I was fully healed, and I felt really ready to go when I got back, so it wasn't too big of a process.
How'd you go about staying in shape while on your mission?
We have time every day to work out, and so I was able to work out every day, and they sent me like a little routine as well that I was able to do. So.
What was just the original, desire to go on the mission, and just the conversation about how this was going to work with USC?
Yeah. So USC, they were super awesome. Coach Riley and Coach Hansen, super respectful, and they actually supported me fully in whatever I decided to do, and I was super upfront. That was something I wanted to do, and so I decided to do it, and they had no problem with it. Yeah.
When you bring that to them and tell them that's your intention, is any part of you like nervous with how they would react to that?
No, I don't. Not really. Maybe like a little bit, but I think I knew them really well, and I knew that either way they wanted me, whether it was now or later. So.
You signing with USC was a bit of a surprise during the early signing period. What was the thought process like to choose them?
Yeah, USC was always one of my favorite schools. I'm a West Coast kid from California, and obviously it's a really good academic school, and it's a really good football school. So it kind of checked a lot of my boxes, and I love the offense that Coach Riley brought here. So it was kind of it took me a while to commit fully, but I felt super good about it, and I still do feel really good about it.
Any aspect of Norwegian culture you're missing now that you're back?
I do. Some really good foods I miss, and I really miss the language. Speaking the language is super fun. There's a few people here I've actually been able to speak with on campus, which has been super cool, super unique experience. And then it's also helped me in some of my classes, having a little bit of a broader understanding of different topics we've discussed, so it's been helpful. But there's a few things I missed for sure.
As you look back on the last couple of years, what are just kind of the biggest things that you took away from that experience, or that you felt like you kind of learned about yourself?
That's a good question. I learned so much about myself, just kind of stepping away from, football and school and kind of things that I wanted for a little bit, and kind of just looked outward in a way, looked to help other people kind of. And I felt like I just learned a lot about myself, grew. I kind of let my mental and, emotional part of me grow, and it kind of, my physical was already, I felt it was pretty strong, but the other parts of my, self, I felt like they were able to grow and catch up to that physical part of myself.
What lessons, over there were you able to bring now to the football field and share with teammates or, just yourself?
I think the biggest thing that helped me was we're on a pretty strict routine schedule. We're up at 6:30 every day over my mission, and we went to sleep at 10:30, and we kind of planned our days out just to be effective the most we could. And I feel like that's helped me so much being here now in college, where we are in a pretty demanding schedule with a demanding routine, but being able to have that experience of managing my time and managing what has to get done by this deadline has helped me a lot with learning the plays, and already in school, and just being on time to meetings, and just overall organization, I think, was super beneficial.